Biggest offer that she's gotten. So
if she would have let me be her agent, I would have in a second. And if she's like, I'll start a new league with you, I would get.
What if Caitlin Clark's biggest deal wasn't with the WNBA, but an offer to end it for good? A staggering $100 million deal has been put on the table, not to reward her loyalty, but to fuel a revolution. This isn't just a contract, it's a declaration of war against the very league she was meant to save. And it exposes a dark truth about her tumultuous rookie season. The offer is simple: take the money, walk away, and build a new empire on the ashes of the old one. This isn't a negotiation, it's an ultimatum, a ticking time bomb placed directly under the commissioner's desk, threatening to blow the entire league to pieces.
Clark said, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home and I'm starting my own league. The WNBA would be done in 2 seconds. You don't think Caitlin Clark could line up billionaire investors and start and just get all these players to come with her if they're going to pay a lot more? Of course she would, but for some reason, they want to alienate her. It's like they want her to suffer coming in. You just never seen anything like it where the commissioner doesn't seem to value the stars or the golden goose.
The man behind this audacious proposal, Dave Portnoy, claims it's more than just talk. He insists he has a Rolodex filled with as many billionaires as it would take to bankroll an entire league from scratch. This isn't a dream, it's a business plan. Imagine a league with unlimited resources, built around one player, with the explicit goal of poaching every major star from the WNBA. The threat has turned a simmering conflict into a potential crisis, forcing everyone to wonder if the WNBA's biggest star might also become its executioner, armed with a blank check and a legion of financiers ready to burn the old world down.
Truly was like, I'm out of here, I'm starting my own league. She'd have people lining up, including myself, and she would put the WNBA out of business. I really do believe that. I think she's that.
But why would Clark ever consider such a thing? Because since the moment she stepped onto a professional court, she's been a target in an undeclared war. She's faced a level of on-court aggression that goes far beyond a typical rookie welcome. From Cheney Carter's blindsided hip check to a constant barrage of physical off-ball hostility, a narrative has formed that she is being deliberately targeted. It appears as though a faction of the league's own players wants to break her spirit, but their actions may be doing something far worse. They are systematically building the case for her to leave, giving her every reason to consider the unthinkable.
Money talks. Like if you get the money lined up and you get the superstars, like, oh, you can only make $1 million here, you can make 5 with our league. I think it would work.
I mean, when she was golfing, originally when she did that little celebrity golf thing, it wasn't going to be televised, and there were so many people emailing them saying like, can we see this? Like, how can we see this? And then all of a sudden it was on television. And so even that in itself, it's like Caitlin, she hit somebody with the golf ball.
Yeah,
that's like, she's not, you know, it's not like she's this phenomenal golfer. That, no offense, Caitlin, but like
she would be top 3. Like if I could just be like, hey, I want Barstool to rep you and have the rights to like use your marketing, and she would top the line, male, female, any. I believe that's how powerful.
This hostility wasn't a surprise, it was a prophecy. Before Clark even played her first professional game, WNBA legend Diana Taurasi went on national television and issued a chilling warning. Reality is coming. It was framed as advice, but it landed like a threat, the opening shot fired by the league's old guard. This sentiment revealed a deep-seated resentment, a gatekeeping mentality from veterans who seemed to believe Clark hadn't earned her height. Instead of welcoming the attention she brought, they prepared for battles, setting a hostile tone that has defined her rookie season and may have sealed the league's fate.
I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
The consequences of her leaving would be catastrophic. If Caitlin Clark announced she was taking her ball and going home to start a new league, the WNBA as we know it would be finished almost overnight. The sold-out arenas, the record-breaking television ratings, the massive spike in merchandise sales, it all traces back to her. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just a boost, it's the league's life support. Without its golden goose, the entire infrastructure could crumble into irrelevance, proving that the 28-year-old league was more fragile than anyone ever dared to admit.
That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
This hypothetical new league would be built on one irresistible lure: cash. Money talks, and in the world of professional sports, it screams. Imagine the choice for a top player. You can make $1 million in the WNBA, grinding through a season where your league seems to resent its own success. Or you can make $5 million playing in a league that respects and promotes its stars. Loyalty fades quickly when faced with life-changing money. Superstars would flock to the new venture, and the WNBA would be left with a hollowed-out roster and empty stadiums, a ghost of what it could have been.
Do you give Cathy Engelbert credit for the TV deals that she has struck, or does all this kind of lead to her demise?
No, I give her no credit for anything she struck, because as far as I know, it was a struggling league until this new class of rookies came out. And I mean, listen, this may say a lot about my WNBA knowledge. If you threw Asia Wilson's name at me like 2 years ago, I'm not sure I really would have known who that is. I certainly would have known who Nafisa Collier is. Like, yes, I knew the bigger stars, and those are as big, but like I'm talking to Diana Taurasi, but I wasn't locked in on this league.
To understand the scale of this, you have to understand Caitlin Clark's true power. She is not just another star rookie, she is a cultural phenomenon. Her marketing power and brand recognition are so immense that she transcends her sport. She would immediately be a top 3 athlete for any brand to represent, male or female. Her ability to draw eyes and dollars is on par with the biggest male athletes in the world. That kind of power gives her leverage that no female athlete has ever possessed, the kind of leverage that can build kingdoms or topple them.
The ratings show it, the interest shows it, we're talking about it. You turn on Fox Sports, you talk, or ESPN, they talk about the WNBA a lot. That was never the case like 3-4 years ago.
I mean, last season was insane, and you can look at the ratings too. And I think there was like the fevered numbers actually were better than some NBA teams' numbers when it came.
This entire crisis puts a harsh spotlight on WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. While she may take credit for the league's new media deals, many believe she was simply in the right place at the right time. The league was struggling for mainstream attention for years. In fact, many new fans are just now realizing. The truth is, the WNBA's explosion in popularity wasn't the result of brilliant leadership. It was the result of drafting a generational talent, and the commissioner's perceived failure to protect her most valuable asset isn't just a mistake, it's a catastrophic dereliction of duty that could cost her everything.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries, and you can't do that alone as one person.
And here's the reality.
The numbers are undeniable, and they paint a damning picture. Before Clark, the WNBA was a niche sport fighting for scraps of airtime. Now it's a constant topic of conversation on ESPN and Fox Sports. Ratings haven't just grown, they've exploded, setting records on a weekly basis. Arenas that once had empty seats are now sold out for the season. This isn't a slow and steady growth, it's a vertical climb that started the exact moment Clark was drafted, proving that this entire wave of success is built on her back. She isn't part of the story, she is the story.
These are the same players who have essentially tried to run Caitlin and her fans out of this league, including me. I won't make it about me, but if you recall, and I will make it about me, when I went to the Fever Chicago game, they launched an investigation saying I was doing monkey calls, which is the most outrageous thing in the history of the world, because of the Jumbotron, and a league that'll say Indiana Fever fans are bad, and we're doing investigations with no proof, no nothing, and have never stuck up for Caitlin. And you've had players be like, it's not about her, why she get all the attention? But then they don't complain when they get private planes from Caitlin in the new media.
As the media frenzy has intensified, it has dragged uncomfortable conversations into the light. The debate over Clark's treatment has become entangled with the complex issue of race in sports. Established stars like A'ja Wilson have pointed out that the media seems to celebrate new, mostly white players with a fervor that was never afforded to the league's existing, predominantly black superstars. This has added a volatile and sensitive layer to the conflict, creating a tense dynamic where professional jealousy is interwoven with legitimate questions about media bias, making the entire situation even more explosive.
They've alienated an entirely new fan base, and it's almost like the old guard have consistently, we want the credit, we don't want to share in the pot. So Nafisa is correct, and she's been saying those things from the jump. But I find it curious, a lot of the players who don't seemingly equate embracing all these new fans with bigger contract deals, bigger money, are now agreeing with her. It's both. The referees stink. Everything about the league, the way they run it and market it, stink. The way they treat their fans, stink. So
through all of this chaos, the on-court attacks, the off-court drama, and the whispers of a rival league, Caitlin Clark has been a model of professional restraint. She has rarely, if ever, said anything controversial. She shows up, plays hard, and endures the hostility without public complaint, acting as a good trooper for her team and the league. But her silence is deafening. It leaves everyone to wonder what she's truly thinking behind that stoic facade. How much can one person take before they finally snap and decide that being the better person is no longer worth the abuse?
Right now, amongst the billionaire class, sports seem to be like the next big investment wave, right? Especially with all other entertainment kind of going AI. Like, this is going to be where human beings are still telling stories on the field, on the court, where everybody wants to put in their money.
For Dave Portnoy, this battle is more than just business. It's deeply personal. After he attended a game to support Clark, the WNBA launched a formal investigation into him based on an outrageous accusation that he made monkey calls. Portnoy saw this as a direct, malicious attack from a league that resented his presence. The league's move transformed him from a vocal fan into a sworn enemy. His $100 million offer isn't just a business proposition, it's a vendetta. He's not just trying to build something new, he's trying to settle a score.
they got to clean up the league. The refereeing is atrocious, and you can't.
What do you think is the change there?
You got to let your superstars be superstars. You can't let your best players be getting mugged. Freedom of movement, things like that. Like, people don't want to. There's a reason why everyone's hurt. Like, protect your players. Like, it's not in the NBA. Yeah, okay, fine. In the beginning, like, Jordan was getting hammered, but like, you don't want.
But they changed the rules.
Correct. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to be like, we want Caitlin or Paige to shine. Like, that helps the game. Let your superstars be superstars.
In a bizarre twist, the league seems to be at war, not just with its biggest star, but with her fans as well. By launching an investigation into one of Clark's most high-profile supporters, the WNBA sent a chilling message to the millions of new fans she brought in. You are not welcome here. This, combined with veteran players who openly question why Clark gets so much attention, has created a feeling that the league's old guard wants to alienate the very people who are making them rich. It's a baffling, self-destructive strategy that defies all logic.
If Caitlin would start her own league with you, I'd give her $100 million, and I have as many billionaires as you needed to start a league.
So when you
This conflict has exposed a civil war brewing among the players themselves. While some veterans have been openly hostile, others are starting to speak up. Players like Nafisa Collier have publicly stated that the league should be embracing the new fans and the money that comes with them. This has created a deep fracture within the players' union, pitting the old guard who feel they deserve the credit against a new wave of players who understand that Clark's rising tide lifts all boats. The locker rooms are divided, and the league is cracking from within.
Rarely, if ever, publicly says anything that, like, should cause any waves. She's kind of like been a good trooper for the Fever. And
perhaps the most shocking part of this saga is the internal betrayal. Many of the same players who publicly downplay Clark's impact are the first to enjoy the perks of her fame. They criticize her for getting all the attention, but they don't complain when they're suddenly flying on private charter jets, a luxury that only exists because of the revenue Clark generates. They want the money from the new fans, but they don't seem to want the new fans themselves, exposing a deep and bitter hypocrisy that has poisoned the league's culture. This all points to a systemic failure, a full-blown refereeing crisis. The officiating has been atrocious. It's not just about a few missed calls, it's about a complete inability to control the game and protect the league's biggest stars. Players are getting mugged on the court with no consequences. The concept of freedom of movement is a joke. The NBA learned decades ago that you have to let your superstars be superstars, changing the rules to protect players like Michael Jordan. The WNBA has stubbornly refused to learn that lesson, and the result is a chaotic, dangerous product. And so, the final question hangs in the air, a sword dangling over the WNBA's future, with the league failing to protect her on the court, with a portion of its players actively working against her, and with a billionaire-backed escape route waiting. How long until Caitlin Clark decides she's had enough? The $100 million offer isn't just a hypothetical, it's a standing invitation to abandon a broken system. And every time she gets knocked to the floor without a whistle, that invitation gets a little more tempting.